Well, today we got an extremely special guest. We had the honor to sit down with Dave Katchen, owner of Rancho De La Luna Studio, multi-instrumentalist, producer, mixing engineer, recording engineer, everything and above. This guy just has stories for days, and it's just been such a pleasure to get to know him more, and especially after this week with the Valhalla amplifiers and all the guys that came out to Tree Sound for this event. So without further ado, here we got it. Dave Katchen, talking Chit.
Talking Chit, just talking Chit, what are they doing? You never really know, but I'm into it there.
Talking Chit.
We are talking Chit.
Here we are. Yeah, we just got wrapped up with doing a freaking amazing event with Valhalla.
3 day long marathon sessions. They went 10, 12 hours a day.
One of the best times ever.
Super fun. Yeah. Super fun. You were shredding.
Oh, dude, thank you. I was feeling it.
I had a couple of notes here and there, but you were shredding. It was great, man. We got so much good material. I mean, just, and hours of amazing material, all created spontaneously on the spot. No preconceived anything, not even a click track or a tempo or anything.
Or no talking about, I got this riff.
Yeah, no, it really wasn't.
Use
wasn't a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was talking with your instrument.
That's right.
And
That's right. It was yeah.
which is kind of like, I was thinking about it too, like, because there were like so many great ideas,
Yeah.
like from everyone all the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shoot, do it for another couple of days and solidify those ideas, and you can have some really cool shit going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And you can definitely cut and make some cool stuff out of everything. Because the jams were really long, but really precise.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And like what we do in Church of Sound is we do a long form jam like that, and then the producer will just take sections and create a sample essentially from sections of that jam, and then they'll create a whole other song from that.
Yeah.
And so I think we have fully formed songs in there to an extent, but we also have endless material to create loops.
Yeah. Well, especially when he was playing, because the way you would break it up and down,
Thank you.
to take it in that direction. And then having Colin, who never hit a wrong note.
Oh, yeah.
Is that even
a million riffs and not a one,
man?
Yeah,
Colin
dude.
Wolf.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That guy did not stop playing I don't know how he could play that many hours.
Yeah, to stop. He was just,
He would just keep going, and different guitar players and drummers would come and
Yeah.
that dude was just solid as a rock.
Yeah.
glued. He was glued to that bass.
Yeah.
That was so cool. Yeah, and it's the thing too, like, he's such a good listener.
Oh, yeah.
And every time, like in jams and stuff like that, I notice, there's always people that just kind of get into their own bubble and they're kind of just noodling away trying to figure it out. But he's just listening to everything that's happening.
Well, you're the same way. We were talking earlier, the way you give people, it's like, oh, it's my turn, and you'll play, and it's like, okay. And then the way you drop down and give the other person space, that's knowing how to do it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm learning from Colin.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
But there were some really cool spots, like the way that things would grow, and then there'd be like super crazy overtones happening in the room that were incredible.
Yeah.
And then you break it back down, and it would just dry up, and then it would just start floating.
Yeah. And I noticed the first day that almost no one wore headphones.
No.
Everybody was just sitting in the room, hearing each other in the room, having to play together in the room, which to me always makes the best recordings, because you're not in your bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're forced to be in the space with the sound.
Yeah.
I thought that was the best part,
Yeah, even till day 3, no one was wearing headphones.
until somebody started to sing.
Yeah.
And they couldn't hear themselves.
That was funny.
Maybe the saxophone.
Because Juan, who is now, I call him Angel Voice.
Jeez.
Come on.
He's a great singer, man. But I was playing all of a sudden. We brought it down. And I was like, oh, he was back there singing. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you couldn't even hear it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. We had a couple of good singers. We had the crazy electric banjo, psychedelic electric banjo.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. Those were the only pedals used the whole
The whole
3-day
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I mean, that says a lot about Valhalla, right?
Yeah.
About the amps that basically no pedals required. Well, except for their, hit the boost switch or whatever, and that's all the pedal you need for this thing.
And just your guitars and then one like kind of freaking Strat that was here.
Strat.
But your bass was the only bass
Yeah.
the whole time.
That's right.
Or your bass.
Yeah.
It's
My wife. My wife.
my wife is bass.
She let me slap at the bass.
But that was and that was funny because even though it's a multi-platform head, it's really a guitar amp. And he played that through the
100 watt. Yeah.
Yeah, the 100-watt was the only thing used for the bass. And
Yeah.
at certain times it sounded like an SVT, but then he gravitated to the gain, like not the gain stage, but like the boosted.
Right.
And he could dig in if he wanted to or lay back.
Yeah. It almost acts like a compressor in a sense. Too.
Yeah,
Republic
yeah.
Grit.
Yeah, but to get all those tones out of just, one.
And that 7-string bass, holy crap. That was just mind blowing. The top 3 strings fretless.
Yeah.
And then the rest of them fretted. And it was a different order. I can't remember what it was, but
A, D, G, then E, A, D.
yeah. So I don't know how I can't even wrap my head around playing something like that.
Yeah.
The neck was like that wide.
Yeah, it was just crazy.
It was a skateboard.
Yeah. Put some wheels on it and you ride it to your gig.
Then take the trucks off and let's go.
Yeah.
Man, that was just incredible. Incredible.
I haven't laughed that much in years. Just 3 days laughing. Everybody was just having such a great time.
It was great when I'd look through the glass and everybody would be fucking smiling.
Yeah.
There'd be nobody out there thinking about shit. Everybody's just happy.
Yeah.
Had a good time. And I think part of that is having no agenda.
That's it.
Our agenda was to play through some amps and have fun.
Yeah.
And to record it. And the streaming part wasn't really part of the agenda.
Yeah.
Since Lewis and I have been working on it now for a minute, we're like, well, we have all the shit set up.
Yeah.
Let's run it. And I think we got our longest stream yet yesterday, which was
12 and a half hours.
12 and a half hours.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
That was super fun. Yeah, we just let it roll.
There are so many great moments.
Yeah. Yeah, super fun. So, dude, let's talk about you and Rancho De La Luna and got endless history. We've both been doing this about the same amount of time.
Exactly.
And we met because of Jimmy and Sue Ford.
Yeah.
Right? You guys are in a band together.
The Gnarl Tunes.
The Gnarl Tones. What about Queen for a Day?
Queen for a Day, we're still working
on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and Jimmy and Sue, though, are the Gnarl Tones.
Yeah, we've been playing. Jimmy and I have been playing together since 1992. And then our singer moved away and then Sue took over. So we play usually mostly at Mardi Gras, but we're playing my 65th birthday party this June 6th.
At Joshua Tree?
Yeah, we're playing at Pappy and Harris.
Yeah.
My birthday's on the 7th, but at midnight we'll be celebrating.
Nice.
Playing. Yeah.
Nice.
And we're going to be recording. We've been working on some recordings, so we're going to finish all that stuff.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, I was lucky enough to go out there, a year ago or something?
Yeah, exactly.
Was it your birthday?
Yeah.
It was your birthday.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
And amazing place. I mean,
not as amazing as this, but it's
amazing in a different way.
Yeah.
But to me, it's one of a kind.
Yeah.
It's
Thank you.
The equipment is amazing. The pedal collection, just the vibe, the space.
Yeah.
All the amps.
Yeah.
I mean, including all the Valhalla stuff, of
Yeah.
course, but there's just endless vibe, man.
Yeah.
Just loved
Thank
it.
you, man.
Just loved it.
And you got married there by those guys. I mean, that threw a little extra great vibe in there.
Dude, and even having you and Jimmy as our witness, and it's just
What are the
Official photographer too.
and official photographer. Yeah. Yeah. That was just, I mean, I can't even describe it.
It was the first wedding there. We've had several receptions, but that was the first wedding.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And it was great to have you guys there and have Paul officiate it too.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the shortest wedding in history.
It was just right, you know.
Yeah, it was.
Perfect amount of time
Yeah.
to be a wedding.
And we had a tall boy Corona,
Yeah.
and a piece of leftover cake.
Yeah. That was,
A Modelo.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
But we did have leftover cake, luckily. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Cake too.
That was super great, man. That was so much fun. But yeah, I'm super grateful to Valhalla for hooking us up.
Yes,
Jimmy has been trying to get us together for what, 20 years or something?
at least. And he's been talking about us coming here for 20 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was so great that you finally
Got to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, I got to finally go there. You got to finally come here.
And that was a really good party that year too.
Yeah,
Really
that was a good one. That was a good one.
Happy and Harry's is a great place to throw a function. I've celebrated a few birthdays there. And it's great.
Yeah,
Outdoor
the outdoor stage is
Yeah.
wonderful. And
Yeah.
with the desert as the backdrop.
Yeah.
Super nice.
Magical.
Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Did you guys go there?
No.
Happy New Year?
No, because we were like, when did we leave Nam? At like 11 or something like that?
Yeah.
We got to Joshua Tree at
Yeah.
like 1 or something.
It's late. Yeah.
Yeah, and then it was like first thing in the morning, get married, and then I was late to all my meetings.
And then,
But it was perfect. It was like, but I got married.
Yeah.
late, but up there.
Yeah.
And then they were like, it's all good.
Yeah. You have a pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really say anything if it was I was getting married. So
Yeah.
Sorry, I was busy getting married.
So how did you meet Jimmy?
Man, I must have met Jimmy through the Cutting Edge conference through Eric Cager.
yeah. So you known Eric that long too.
I've known Eric. We were laughing about it the other day at Cutting Edge. I was like, how long we been doing this, Eric? Like 20 years? And he goes, dude, Katrina was 25 years or something like that. And I go, oh, shit, we've got maybe 30 years.
Yeah.
So I think I've been doing that conference about 30 years.
Yeah.
And
He's done a great job
Yeah.
with that.
yeah, I love it. I love attending, and it's my favorite conference of the year
Yeah.
because I'm just in New Orleans for 4 days.
That for sure. But the other thing the funny thing is when we first went to it, I was like, man, attendance, that's pretty low attendance. I was kind of worried, and they're like, oh no, this is the exact attendance they want because they want people to be one-on-one.
Right. One interactions.
Yeah. And they don't want it any bigger because then it's just kind of bullshit.
And I think the other part of that is the continuing legal education
Yeah.
portion of the conference.
Yeah.
I love that part of it.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, but I play one on TV. But I love that part of it. First of all, that's a good steady money gig
Yeah.
because the lawyers have to do that.
Yeah.
And for me as a non-lawyer, you can sit in on all the legal discussions.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a lawyer to be in there.
No.
I just sit in the back taking notes and learning about whatever's going on currently with all forms of intellectual property law and
Yeah.
other kinds of stuff, AI stuff. It's to me, it's a fascinating conference.
Absolutely.
And then there's the music, of course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We had the greatest time, playing that.
Yeah.
And writing with I was on a songwriters thing. So I sat with 4 other people. Me and another songwriter from there sat with 3 people that hadn't been too involved in songwriting. And we wrote a song together, and it actually was a really cool song. You only had a couple hours to write it.
Right.
And then they recorded it very basic, acoustic guitar or piano. And
Right.
we actually recorded 2 songs and used one, I think.
Nice.
And then you perform it live
Right,
the next
right.
day
Mhm.
at a venue there that's really cool, the Broadside, which is an amazing
Yeah.
spot.
Super cool.
And we did play some music that night too.
Yeah. It's a really just super fun conference. Dude.
Yeah.
It's it's educational, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
There's food, of course.
Yeah.
Endless great food of New Orleans, and the people were
Yeah.
great. It's like I said, it's my favorite one for sure. I mean, it almost doesn't feel like you're at a music conference.
No, it doesn't.
Or like you're just, and it's the same people.
Yeah.
Almost every year. So
Yeah.
it's like seeing old friends. You haven't seen for decades. And it's like, oh, and I only see you once a year at Cutting Edge.
Yeah. And again,
Yeah.
the one-on-one aspect of it where it's not like, I mean, South by Southwest, super cool. It's so huge now.
It's gargantuan.
You can't do, it's not like anything like Cutting Edge, because if you went to see anyone speak, it was usually with what, 30 people
or more.
Yeah, like 30 or 40 people, but not more than that.
Right.
Everyone had a chance to ask their question, get a real reply.
Right.
And, you know, and like you said, with the law and, you know, the lawyers and everybody discussing music business, songwriters, people talking about how people tour.
Yeah, you're right. The bigger conferences are much more difficult. You even get a chance to, you know, you want to talk to somebody after the conference or after the panel discussion. And here's my card, and can I ask you a question? And that's at a bigger conference. It's nearly impossible.
Yeah.
Or you're one of 500 people in that room when somebody's talking too. So
like last time I was at South by, I was on a panel about music and environmentalism.
Yeah.
And I think there was like 8 or 9 people on the day. There was a bunch of us on the panel.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like, you know, we were talking about it with Cager yesterday about some conferences, they'll have 5 or 6 people on the panel and it'll be a 40-minute long panel. It's like, that's enough time to introduce each other.
Yeah.
And then your time is up.
That's it.
You know, I mean, what can you talk about in 40 minutes? And at the Cutting Edge, there'll be sometimes a couple hours.
Yeah. And 4 people.
And 4 people. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 4, sometimes 5. But yeah, it's just a different mindset, I guess, about that. I don't know if I could stand doing a South by. No.
It's pretty rough. It's hard to get around.
Yeah.
Everybody's just crammed. Have you ever done
Southwest?
I played, I think, the second one. And I remember I had a band called The Moons, and we went just for the fun of it. And the guitar player was Eddie Munoz from Plimsolls. And the bass player was Dave Pahoa from the Plimsolls. And it was me and an actor, Cameron Dye. He was in Valley Girl. He was the sidekick, Nick Cay's sidekick guy.
Oh, shit.
And we had a band together with our friend Adam Maples, who I still play with today. So that was like 80. Yeah. Anyway, we went, and I remember we stayed with a friend, and she was behind ARC, the Austin Rehearsal Center, right next door. And she was like, yeah, man, I love it here. I'm paying $400 a month for this 4-bedroom house. And I was like, great. And then 2 years later, I remember going back, you know, and playing with a different band. And we stayed with her again. And she was like, man, my rent's like $1,200 now, you know, and, you know, 2 years. And then the next year, like a couple of years later, I went back with another band. And I ran into her. We didn't stay with her. Like she always worked for South by. And I ran into her like, hey, man, you still got that rad house? And she's, oh, hell no, man. It got so expensive. I had to move way out.
Yeah. I looked at Bee Cave outside of Austin as a possible location for Tree Sound back in the day.
Oh, man.
And they had a venue called The Backyard, which had all these giant ancient oak trees as a backdrop. And I had a crazy idea to build studio across the street on the other side of the highway, which is now a Walmart from what I understand, and run lines under the highway to the venue. That was what I wanted to do.
Oh, yeah.
And I have like this amazing live venue as my part of my studio. But
I'm sure at night it would have been.
It's stellar. Right. They got all this uplighting on the oaks, and it's just like, to me, I think it sounded amazing because of the trees.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm biased. But yeah, man, Austin, South by, I remember it being, last time I went, not the last time I went, but in the early days, whatever year that record came out, that Rick Rubin did with, Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
You know, the
America.
Yeah, where he did a bunch of covers, you know.
Yeah.
So it was that year, whatever the year that was.
That would have been 90, probably.
Like that.
No, probably like 95, maybe.
Anyway, it was still small enough that you could get a hotel room on there. You could walk up and down, 6th Avenue or whatever it was, and The lines weren't insane
No.
to get into everywhere.
No.
It was I enjoyed it. And that year, Beck paid, we were at Emo's, and it's got the small room in the back, the bigger room.
Yeah.
Beck was playing in the bigger stage, and we went in there and saw it for a minute, but it was quite bad. So we went out in the backyard
Yeah.
to be like, all right, we got to get away from that. Let's go get high and drink a beer in the backyard. And then we hear this Johnny Cash coming out of the small room, and we're like, somebody is killing the Johnny Cash. What the fuck is that? And it was fucking Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
And I swear there wasn't like 30 people in the room, man. It was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It was so vibey and small. And then the last time I went, when I was on that panel, it was like, you can't even hardly walk around.
Yeah.
Crazy.
In 98, we did a Man's Ruin. That was the record label that Frank Kozik, the artist, poster artist, he had. Have you ever heard of Frank Kozik? I think he passed away a couple of years ago, but he was a famous Austin poster artist, but he moved to San
Concert posters?
Yeah, like rock stuff.
Yeah.
Melvin. You definitely, he did the Melvin's album covers, and he's done a ton of album covers too, but he started a record label called Man's Ruin. He put out all these kind of stoner, rocky, heavier bands. And in 98, 98 or 99, he did a showcase at Emo's, and my band Earthlings opened the show in the small room.
Right.
And then I was playing with Queens of the Stone Age, and we ended it
In the big room?
In the big room.
Yeah.
And all the bands played. And that's when it really started getting bigger there. And then over the year, probably played it 7 or 8 times at least with different bands. And the last time I played there, the whole city is just, it's hard to get around. It's, I did it a while ago with a band that wasn't like super popular, but we had a couple of gigs, and it was nearly impossible to get to your gig.
Yeah.
And you just had to unload as fast as possible, throw it on the stage, play, unload as fast as possible, and get the hell out of there. And that was pretty rough. And then the last time I did it was 8 or 9 years ago, and it was a little easier because we were a little more popular band.
Right. So you had a
little more leeway, and it was more of a showcase thing. And I got to see a few other really great bands during that time. But man, it's a huge thing.
Yeah.
It's just, it swarms the whole city.
Yeah. No, it does. Yeah, it does. And now I believe isn't it turning, it had the film festival too.
Yeah.
Did they combined them or they separated them? I can't remember what's going on.
They combined.
I mean, it's like a 3 or 4 month thing now.
It is really?
Yeah, South by Southwest. It's like they put everything. It's like film, music, all art, food.
Yeah, it's been a while, since 7 or 8 years since I last played it.
Yeah, it's freaking crazy. I mean, in how we were talking about the other night too, Coachella. How that's
Yeah.
It's like, dude, got to pay like $500 for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. God. That whole thing with venues, man. I went to the Buckhead Theater to see Sons of Legion the other day, which were great. But man, $20 beers.
Yeah.
And
a venue.
at a venue. It's
Not like a
not a festival, like at a venue. Like that's their price every day.
Yeah.
It's gotten crazy, dude. I mean, and I've been to amphitheaters where they had $25 beer.
Yeah. I saw some friends not too long ago. Same thing. $65 parking.
Yeah. It's crazy.
$25 beers. I didn't look at the merch, but I assume
It was crazy.
50, 60 at least probably
For a t-shirt. Yeah.
because they're taking their cut from the arenas.
Oh man. Yeah. It is
There's been a lot of talk about that recently too.
Yeah.
And in Europe, they're trying to do some sort of stuff where like the venues can't really take a cut.
Yeah.
Because I understand like you're providing staff and all that stuff, but if you're not using the staff, why do I have to pay that cut?
Yeah.
right.
It's kind of
Yeah. Well, there was that was it the court case with Live Nation, right? They said they were a monopoly and they did something to break them up or something like that. So I don't know what kind of effect that's going to have on prices, but I haven't seen anything get cheaper.
No, it's kind of hard to go back on prices once you achieve the going rate.
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, I feel bad because, you know, my daughter's a Swiftie and I can't afford a Taylor Swift ticket.
Oh man.
I mean, I want to take her to the show, but it's like, you want me to buy you a car or do you want to go see Taylor Swift? You know,
Yeah.
it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. And they have those crazy packs now where you pay the extra money and you get the album with the hoodie and
The whole thing. Oh,
special
yeah.
thing and this and that.
Well, some of my daughter's friends' parents have figured out that it's cheaper to fly to Europe and take a vacation to see Taylor Swift than to buy the tickets to see her here.
Sounds good.
In other words,
Europe.
the tickets are so much cheaper in Europe that for the same amount of money, maybe not exactly,
Yeah.
close,
You
they
might as well.
can buy plane tickets, get a hotel in London or wherever the hell it is, and go see the show,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Sounds like a better deal to me.
It'd be more fun.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, I mean, come on, man. When we were kids, we get a concert ticket for $20.
10. I saw Prince for 10.
Wow.
And in Memphis, there was a radio station called Rock 103, The Walrus.
Oh, heck yeah.
And they would do $3 concerts to, you know, promotion. I saw Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers first, like, theater tour. A band called UK. I saw U2 for $3.
Wow.
And, you know, nothing for parking
Yeah.
ever. And, you know, t-shirts were $10 probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
Beer
baseball
for probably $1 or $2.
probably. I was too young to drink beer at the time, but I mean, you know, people say that the money, you know, inflation and stuff, but I don't know, man.
Yeah. It's too bad that that hasn't affected the going rate at a recording studio. I did the calculation the other day of the Rolling Stones bill for, they posted it somewhere from Muscle Shoals.
Oh yeah,
They recorded Wild Horses.
Yeah.
It's like a little handwritten
I saw that.
bill, and I don't remember what it was, but
It wasn't much.
it wasn't much. But based on regular inflation, I put it in the machine and said, you know, this date, you know, in 72, whatever it was, $1,000 or whatever it was, what would that cost today?
Yeah,
And it was a huge fucking number.
yeah,
And I remember thinking, well, I'm not making that much.
yeah.
You know, I'm still getting the same $100 an hour or whatever it is.
Even though you have a
Yeah.
better studio,
matter.
bigger building, better mics.
None of that matters, man. That's what people will pay. They'll pay. I mean, for this bigger room, we'll get a couple $100 an hour. You know, maybe $250 with an engineer or something like that, depending on the engineer. But that's what we were getting in 1990.
Yeah.
And so,
Same with my studio.
Yeah,
The rates haven't gone up.
yeah, because if they did, nobody would come here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if anything,
But if
budget's
we were doing any other kind of normal business, we'd be making a ton more money.
Yeah.
Based just on inflation.
Absolutely.
It's kind of weird, isn't it? It's a weird business we're in.
It is. It's a shame that you know, music as an art form got demonetized.
Yeah.
I mean, nobody really needs to be billionaires, but it would be nice to be able to
Make a living.
make a record,
Right.
you know?
Right.
I mean, I know, you know, we were talking earlier. We're lucky when we get a 2-week session is like, I was like, man, we could actually do a pretty decent record now.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm doing, you know,
We're doing 2 days, 3
Yeah.
days. Yeah. Or it's shit. I'll have bands come in for 5 hours.
yeah,
You know, it
Just
takes a day just to get ready. And then they'll come in for 5 hours.
yeah.
And
a lot of people
Yeah.
will try to record as much as possible and take it home.
of course.
Yeah.
Because
And
everybody's
overdub
coming out there. Yeah.
Sure.
Overdub or mix it, at least mix it.
At home. Yeah. Yeah. That's very common. We were talking earlier about in the early days when we first opened this room, we booked sessions that would be a few days at a time or a week, but within just a few months, it was by the month.
Yeah. Yeah.
We were so busy that if you wanted to get in here, you had to book a month.
Yeah.
And we were just talking about this 3 days that just passed and how great it was. And that was kind of the warm up.
Yeah.
The 3 days were like, all right, now we're feeling it. Now we're in the vibe. Everything is dialed, the headphones, the sounds. And now we're going to dig into the album for the next several weeks.
Yeah.
And that process is so different.
And a month wasn't even a long time at that.
No.
That was kind of like, oh, then we'll get a couple.
That was the minimum.
We'll get a couple of songs down and we'll come back.
Yeah.
You know,
or a band would move in for 2 or 3 months. And
Same.
very common.
Yeah.
It was so nice you go to work every day and see the same dudes. And the same people, and it was like a family.
Yeah.
I had Johnny Sandlin came through here once. He's a great producer from this part of the world, and his wife Ann came with him, and she made food for 20, 30 people every day,
Yeah.
lunch and dinner.
That's
Every day. And it was like the coolest vibe, everybody was just family. We made her a cookbook
oh yeah.
of all the recipes. Yeah, it's floating around here somewhere.
Oh, you got it. Yeah,
You gotta find it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I cook for most of the bands that come in. I used to a lot more because there weren't many places to go to.
Right.
A few places have opened up now. There's a world-class place my friends have called La Copine that's nearby, and they just put out their cookbook, and it's world-class. We're really lucky to have that place. But they're only open in the middle of the day,
Right.
and most people want to eat after the session. But
Yeah.
sessions have changed a lot. You used to start at 11, 12. I mean, usually 12. Around 6, you take a couple hours off, and then you'd work for 3 or 4 more hours after dinner. And now people rarely break.
Yeah.
5 minutes because they're there for 3 days.
They're on
It's
the clock. Yeah.
yeah. I don't know if that's the same here, but
It is. People kind of try and power through it. They'll usually have food delivered,
yeah.
rather than go out and stop the momentum.
Yeah, I'll be cooking, but I have to, people they're trying to do everything. And I actually, at some point, I have to ask my engineer, John Russo, John, are you good to,
Can you keep
I'm
going?
going to need a break. I'm sitting here for 5 hours.
I can't hear anything
And
anymore.
I need to go piss and maybe do a smoke. Yeah.
Holy shit.
But people don't think about it because they're really just focused on it. It's my turn.
Yeah.
You did your thing.
Yeah.
I'm
That
ready.
engineer is
I'm ready.
nonstop. Yeah. Well, this project, we had 3 different guys. We had a different guy every day.
Yeah.
So that way they're not marathon burning out after, but that's how it was all the time, dude. A 12-hour day
Yeah.
was just what you did every day.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
But the other part of that, it is in a way, but the other part of that is it flies by. You know how that is. You're in a song,
Yeah.
and the next thing you know, you're the whole day has gone by, and you don't sometimes I don't even notice.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been 3 or 4 hours, but it's been 12.
Yeah.
And I think that's just part of loving what you're doing, man.
Yeah.
If you're into it,
Yeah.
it does make it easier to deal with those hours.
Oh man, we were lucky to be.
I mean, if we were in a factory or something, it wouldn't be so fun.
I try to keep it to 8 hours at my studio now because after all these years, I started realizing that 8 hours, and when you're not taking dinner breaks or
Right.
it's a proper 8-hour day,
Right.
that you get a lot done. I mean, you're not
Right.
it's 7:59.
Right.
Hurry up.
Right,
But,
right.
But it's if you're rolling, you can keep going for a while. But I did realize that if you kept it to 8, people could leave the session, go chill for a few hours, get a good night's sleep,
Come back fresh.
get in the morning, go out into the park, eat some breakfast, show up, and they are just ready, really focused and no one's burnt. So that's been working really good for me. And, obviously that's just how I prefer, but I'll do,
And you primarily work daytimes.
typically I do noon to 8,
Right.
but I'm just that's how I usually work. And I just tell people whatever you want to do. And the people are like, yeah, that's fine. And
Most of our band sessions are like that too, but a lot of our light of our hip hop sessions will start at midnight.
yeah, I noticed.
Start at 10 p.m. and all of a sudden they'll be the place will be empty all day, and at 10 p.m. the parking lot will fill up.
Yeah, I noticed that, which is really cool too. To plus you have you have some kids here helping out, and
Yeah.
they're excited to be here and help.
Yeah.
And
We pretty much run around the block,
with my place, it's just me and John Russo.
Yeah.
Occasionally somebody will bring their engineer, but I try to talk him into using him because
He knows the spot.
he knows everything. He's really, really great. He can fix anything too, which most engineers, they can run Pro Tools and they're good at that and setting up stuff. But if anything breaks, they have
No idea. Yeah. And that's so important in an environment where you're recording a band.
It is. And I've seen John jump in with the computer crashes and he's got a paper clip and a flip knife and he's in there and 2 minutes later it's working again.
Yeah. You got to know how to do that.
Yeah.
Well, you don't have to, but
he's one of my best friends and he's just the coolest. And
so tell us the story of how Rancho De La Luna started.
My friend Fred Drake and I had worked together at a studio called Dominion Way. It was our friend Dean Chamberlain's studio in LA. And we had done a bunch of recordings together there. And we both separately had been going to Joshua Tree because I was doing day trips out there because I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And I found out Fred, we kind of were talking about, you go out there too. And he's like, yeah. And really funny, Fred had lived in Hollywood and he had a landlord that passed away, this guy Smokey. And Smokey's family came and just threw all his shit out on the guitars and everything. And Fred and his friend Adrian that lived in the house saw all the stuff and they went and he took the guitar and they're like, oh, there's some artwork and some stuff. And they found this one box and they took it up and they opened it up and in this box of stuff, there was a map and it was, 62 to 29 palms. And you go up to this giant road for 5 miles and you take a left at the 2 rocks and then you take a right at the 3 trees. It was
like a hand-drawn
map. It ended
Holy crap.
And it ended in a place called the Hobie Chobie. What we figured out later, it was probably like a swingers nudist place that they had way the fuck in the but Adrian ended up kind of homesteading it, and then she ended up buying it super cheap from the family. But when they went out there on the treasure hunt, Fred started, he was like, man, I saw a sign that said 3 houses for rent. And one was the rancho, and then the 2 others were the houses behind it.
Right.
So I think it was so cheap that he was pretty ill and he decided he wanted to move out there and live the rest of his life.
Right.
So he ended up renting this place, the rancho, and I had just moved to New Orleans and opened because of Jimmy.
Yeah.
I opened a restaurant, and one day I was making a pizza for John Sinclair, who managed the MC5, and I played in a band with him called the Guitar Army. And I just happened to be making a pizza for him. He was a great radio DJ too. He had an amazing show on WWOZ.
I love that station.
It's one of the best stations of all time.
One of the best.
And he had a midnight show. But I remember I got a call and it was in the bar. So I had to leave the restaurant, go into the bar, and it was Fred. And he was like, how's it going? I was like, great, man. I'm making a pizza for John Sinclair. And he's like, you mean the John Lennon song, John Sinclair? I'm like, yeah. And we were just kind of bullshitting for a minute. And he goes, hey, man, so Dean's selling all of his gear from Dominion Way. I was like, oh, man, that's a shame, man. That place is a really cool rehearsal studio and recording studio. And he said, he's like, I was wondering if you wanted to start a studio out here with me. And I was, well, I'm kind of just getting this rolling. I was only there for maybe 3 or 4 months
In New Orleans?
in New Orleans. I really just in the middle of getting.
Were you and Jimmy partners?
Yeah. Me and Jimmy and a couple other people were all partners. And we had a restaurant and a venue, and then we lived above. And there was a bar there too. We didn't have the bar. Another guy. That's how I ended up getting in it. The guy wanted someone to bring people to his bar, so he let us do a venue.
All right.
And
the
a restaurant. So we were open Wednesday noon through Sunday noon, and we had live music Friday and Saturdays midnight till 6 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
All-nighter.
Yeah.
It's classic New Orleans.
Yeah, man. It was great. We started every every night with Stan and the Groovers, which were these three old dudes, Hammond B3, saxophone, and drums.
Nice.
Dudes that were like in their mid to late 70s and 80s. And they were great. Stan and the Groovers. And so anyway, Fred was, he's like, man, he doesn't want hardly any money for all the stuff. It was the cons. It was, it wasn't
Same console you have now?
No. It was a Soundcraft 1600. I think that's what it was. Nothing fancy, but it was, that
Got the job done.
yeah, it did. And we had a 16-track half-inch and mics and cables and whatnot.
Fostex or?
Fostex, yeah. It was Fostex.
Yeah.
And we used that for years, but it was no money. So I was like, yeah, man, sure. I thought, I don't know why I said yes, because I definitely thought I was New Orleans for the rest of my life.
Right.
Because just started this, and it was really successful within a month or two, because late night, cool place to get business and everything.
Yeah.
But I sent him a check, and then about 7 months later, we had a fire. It was just
At the restaurant.
it was a gas leak in the wall. And it didn't destroy the building or anything, but it burned the electrical system that had been put in there in the 20s.
Wow.
So the people that owned the building weren't insured. They didn't have any money to repair it. So it kind of voided our deal. And we still had a couple of months left on our contract, but we tried to stay there, but we didn't have any power. We were running electrical, like an extension cord from the house next door outside, like snaky, so we could have at least a fan and one lamp in that place. And we had cold water. So we tried, but it started getting summer there, and it was brutal. Yeah. I ended up going on tour with some friends of mine called Caius. My best friend was doing their sound, and they asked me if I wanted, they were going to Europe and looking for guitar techs. So they're like, man, I know you probably don't want to do this. And I was like, fuck yeah, man. Let's do it. I'd never been to Europe. So ended up making tons of great friends and having a great time. And they were from Palm Desert, California, which is very near Joshua Trees. And then I ended up moving in with a friend of mine, and she had a house. She was working for House of Blues and doing video stuff.
Right. In New Orleans?
Yeah, in New Orleans, but she also had a house in LA, because they were like the film people of all the House of Blues.
Oh, okay. Got it.
So her name's Celissa Eberly, and she's super cool. And she had a room in both houses, so she would let me go between. So sometimes I would tour with Caius, and then I could go out to the desert when I got back, and then I could go to New Orleans, and I was kind of going back and forth. And when I was renting those places, Danielle Lanois had heard about Fred through Trina Shoemaker, a mutual friend of ours, and she had recommended that he was looking for a weird place to record, and she said, well, my friend Fred's got this weird house in Joshua Tree. Somehow he sent Mark Howard, his engineer, out there, and Mark was like, yeah, this is perfect. Yeah. He ran all this power and stuff, which is what we use now.
Yeah.
But he brought out his Studer, and he brought out his Neve console, and he brought out tons of mics and tons of guitars and gear. And the deal we had with him was he'd leave his gear at the house for a year, because he's going to be doing Bob Dylan and Willie Nelson or something else, and he'll probably come there like 2 weeks out of the year, and you can use the gear. So we ended up doing Victoria Williams album. We did some Caius stuff and a bunch of other bands, our friends Wool. So we ended up getting a bit of revenue to buy better gear when he did
finally get his stuff back.
Yeah. And then for years, we were still using this 16-track half-inch after that, because that was I think that was 95 that he was there.
Right.
And then we started.
When did you get the Neotech?
The Neotech I got about, I'd say about 15 years ago. So yeah, that's kind of a new.
Yeah, kind of newer. Yeah. So that was it. That's what launched it, and then eventually you left New Orleans.
Yeah. I didn't really want to, but it was kind of time to move out to the desert. And the house next door to the studio opened up, and Hutch, my best friend that was doing sound, he and I moved into that house because we were, by that time, we had started Queens of the Stone Age.
Right.
And I was touring with them a lot. So, and Hutch was doing sound. So we rented this house. It was $375 a month.
Crazy.
And so
What year was that?
that was 90. We moved out there in 99.
Okay. Wow, that's still for 99. That's so cheap.
Oh, it was insane, you know. And it was
again.
tiny two bedroom. It was funny because we walked in and there was a lazy boy chair in the living room with a TV back when TVs were the TV.
Yeah.
And that took up the entire living room. And there was a refrigerator and a card table in the kitchen. And that took up the kitchen. And then the bedroom had a bed and a chest of drawers. And that took up the whole bedroom. And the outside storage thing was just big enough to put a bed in. And I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know, man, this is pretty tiny. And Hutch was like, I'll build the furniture. And so he built, you didn't get a chance to go in.
I did.
Oh, yeah. With all the records.
Yeah, I did go there.
So he built all the furniture. And now there's actually room in the places.
Right.
But it's still
tiny.
It's still a tiny house.
Yeah.
But we ended up moving there then. And that's when I really started. Soon after that, I quit Queens and sort of more focused on the studio, because we were starting to get a lot of people coming through.
Sure.
Everybody wanted to come out there. And at the time, we were the only studio there.
Right.
So anyone that wanted to go to the desert, they were definitely coming to our place.
Right.
And that's when, and plus, since I'd been touring with Queens, people were giving me a lot of gear. So I had a few more amps and a few more guitars, a few more pedals, a few more mics. They were making a little money. We're buying more gear. And then
I love the dressers full of pedals.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. It's like open drawer after drawer. It's just stacked full of pedals.
Man, my friends at Earthquaker Devices and Jim Dunlop and Red Witch and all those guys, they send me boxes that so they could come and have fun with me.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
It is.
Yeah. So what made you want to take a break from all the live playing and touring and just were you just infatuated with just record making and stuff?
I was. And at the time I was doing my band Earthlings, which was a band I had with Fred, my friend Pete Stahl and Adam Maples. And we were making records and touring a bit too. And Queens was awesome, but it was not my band, I was just a hired dude. We were great friends and sure, but I never felt a part of that.
Yeah.
It was just like, anyway, it wasn't quite the thing. So we started doing more Earthlings and doing more records. And then a few years later, I got a call from Josh asking if I wanted to play with Eagles of Death Metal. And I'd met Jesse and knew about that. It was really fun. That first album is so good and so fun. And Hutch was doing sound. So it was again touring with him and my friend Joey Castillo that plays with, Josh would play sometimes, but Joey Castillo was playing drums, one of my favorite drummers. And so I started touring with them. And then that took me on a lot of tours. And at the time that the studio had right before that, Fred had passed away. And, he had kind of left the studio, his part of the studio, to a few friends, including Dean, the guy we bought the gear from. And nobody really wanted to do anything in there.
Right.
A couple of people would go there occasionally. Yeah. Our friend, one friend would go and record occasionally, but it was kind of getting in disrepair and kind of falling apart.
I know how that works.
Yeah. So I reached out to everybody and everybody was like, yeah, man, you just it should be yours. One of the partners was not super stoked on that decision, but everybody else was like, yeah, it's yours. You guys built it. And so I was just like, I'm just going to live here now. I'm going to move out of the little house and that's him. Now he has because it was pretty tight there.
Yeah.
And like, I'm just going to move into the studio. That way I can take care of it, make sure everything, because,
Since you live in the room of amps. Was that
like I did, move straight into that. Yeah. But yeah, it was starting to fall apart a little bit. In the desert, man, if you're not there for a minute, stuff moves in and,
animals.
Yeah, animals. And it's pretty gnarly. But yeah, I took it over. And then when I was on a tour a lot, when I was touring with Eagles Death Metal, everybody was giving me shit. They're just throwing shit everywhere. So that's when a lot of the amps I bought when they were cheap, like the Supros and stuff, still get them for a couple $100. And, people would give me stuff and friends would leave, I don't need this and leave stuff. But then the pedal companies were really, every place we went, people would give us stuff. And that was really cool. Just, and that was super fun for a while, but like right before COVID, I was kind of, I kind of done it. Yeah. It was a little, it wasn't quite my thing. I was getting super busy at the studio too.
Did you stay busy during COVID?
I stayed kind of busy, not like super busy, but I did have Joe Walsh record an album there. It never got released, but he's one of my favorites. And that was super cool. But yeah, I had a lot of bands from overseas come over because no one gave a shit about COVID from Norway or Australia or New Zealand.
Right.
They just, I got COVID in the middle of a session with a guy from here, Puddles, Puddles Pity Party. Have you ever heard him? You ever heard him? He's a clown.
Puddles the clown.
Yeah, Puddle. So I did a session with him and my friend Steve Agee and Dave Hill and a couple other people. And we got COVID during that session.
Yeah. No one in Atlanta gave a shit about COVID.
No.
Our rooms were booked around the clock.
Yeah, no one. And no one cared out there either, but it was just a bummer because travel was harder.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
But when we got COVID, when I found out I had COVID, because I went from the Puddles session to the next day, a band from Norway came in. And we were already working for a couple of days. And I was like, oh, dude, I got COVID, and they're like, who cares? And I was like, you want me to wear a mask? And they're like, no, we don't care.
We don't care.
And they did it. Yeah.
Give me your COVID.
And then right after that, I had a band from Australia and I had to call and I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be done with it by the time you get here. And they're like, oh, we don't care.
I don't care. Yeah.
And
yeah, it was crazy. We were busy. All the strip clubs in town were packed.
Yeah.
I was hiding out like everybody else.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden people start calling, hey, you open?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm open. In fact, nobody's been in that room for a week. There's no COVID in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And next thing you know, they were, people were filling the rooms up and they were kind of staying to themselves a little bit.
Yeah.
But then they'd be like, oh, who's down the hall, man?
Yeah.
And next thing you know, everybody's in the lounge together, or everybody's like, and then it was just full blown.
Yeah. With Joe there, Bill Sismic produced it, who did all the Eagles and he did Bob Seger and he did BB King, The Thrill Is Gone. And he did all of Joe's records, like amazing. And, we're all a little bit older now and they were, for the first, they're like, oh, just as long as you don't have anybody around for the first couple of days and test. We all tested, everybody was cool. And we had no problem. We kind of kept that one pretty tight. Yeah. Like nobody was going out or anything.
Was that the session you were telling me you just basically had an off the shelf Strat and a Temu pedal?
Yes, it was the funniest thing because we were outside and we were like, God damn, that sounds good. And we walked in, his pedal board was this big and he had Amazon Prime delay, a Temu distortion, a little mini tuner, and maybe he had like a subharmonic Timu pedal and I ended up buying those pedals because they were like $30, and they're great. But his pedal board was literally that big.
That's funny.
He was playing an off the wall Strat through whatever amp was there. He brought a cool Dan Electro amp, and I think the tone that we really loved, he had one of those mini Vox practice amps that has
The battery powered.
one that has the headphone, the little mini jack out, and he was using that, and it sounded like
Joe Walsh.
he was playing a 57 Strat through a 62 Vox AC30.
Sounded like he was paying $1 million worth of shit.
And I was like, man, what amp are you using? Man, that's what I love best, man. He showed me the box, and he's like, the cool thing is it's got a tuner, and it's got like built-in delay. And it was the G2 or something. Yeah. So it's not the plastic one, but it's kind of the more cubed one.
Right.
But he sounded exactly like that.
Yep.
And those guys were really cool. We learned a lot of stuff from those guys. And that was Bill said he was going to bring a bunch of mics, and I thought, oh man, he's got to bring like telephonics and everything, you know. He brought 2 SE overheads, which I had up when he's like, oh, I didn't even need to bring these because I had the same ones up. And he brought Audix mics for the toms. And I was like, man, I have never used Audix mics on the toms. Like, and he's like, these are my favorites. Yeah, sound amazing.
I have at least 2 sets of those. The same drum kit sets. We use them for our live.
They haven't left my kit because I put up other stuff, and the Audix sound great.
Yeah, they're amazing. And for the price, you can't beat them.
No, man.
And the kick drum mic, the D6 or whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
They're sweet.
Yeah. And they're way
on bass cabinets.
less bulky than like a 421.
That's right. Yeah.
Those things are just always just falling to the tops.
My 421s don't sound as good as Audix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can believe it. We have the Telefunken drum kit.
Yeah. That's what we used to still over there.
We used those are buyers.
Oh, those are
Actually, those are buyer condensers.
Oh, we use the Telefunken on the bass.
That's right. We use the kick drum from the Telefunken on the bass.
And Lawton makes some great mics. We've been using them on the snare. Have you tried those?
No, I don't think
those are the ones I was telling you, Paul, to see if we can reach out to them for stuff when we do the Peter Stroud stream.
They're really cool. I'll hook you up with those guys. So that'd be
because
great guys, and their mics are killer.
I heard one of their large diaphragm condensers. I forget what it was, 502 or so. Totally.
I haven't tried. I've only tried the drum mics.
Yeah.
I got a couple of the. They do sound great.
Yeah,
so if I'm not using the Audix, which I do mostly because they just sound for rock.
Oh, especially.
And then the Lawtons. We use the Lawton on the snare for sure, and then sometimes
it's nice not having to have all the stands.
Yeah, it is, man. It's really cool. Yeah, and you've got really nice stands. I can't afford those anymore, man. They price me out.
I've been picking them up over the years, and like every time, I hate it, but like when somebody's studio goes out of business, I can never afford the good shit. But I can buy a mic stand or two.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, ooh, give me those 2 Atlas stands. Make me a deal.
They used to be like $50 all day long.
$1,000.
If that $1,000.
That one rolling stand, the Orbit, that I got from somebody's studio who closed. That's like an $800 or $900 stand.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it for $150, which is a smoking deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, normally it's so hard to get good stands.
Yeah, what's the company now that's making new, basically Atlas rollers?
Atlas still makes them, I think.
Yeah, but there's a new company that they're even better.
Is it Triad Orbit?
Yeah.
Well, that's what that roller is.
Yeah.
And then there's another Orbit around here that's got like it's got like a weird thin counterweight on one side.
Yeah.
And then it's got like a weird shaped base with 2 wheels, so you like have to tilt it to roll it. But then when you set it down, it doesn't move.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, those Triad Orbit guys, They
Yeah.
put some thought behind their CDs.
Yeah, man, that's what I mean. Like, but they're not cheap. You know?
No. They have one that's super cool that you put on like the right side of the kick,
Yeah.
and it will, with just one stand, you can mic up the kick,
Yeah.
the first tom, one overhead, and then do snare top and bonnet.
What?
With a stick. Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of lucky because my place is not like this, where we found the sweet spot after 30 years. I mean, we can still move them outside, or if you want to try some other place, but we have
That's
recorded
the spot.
them in every single spot, and that's my favorite spot. And so we have the stands, and they don't really move, so they're kind of where they need to be at all times.
Yeah. My stuff, unfortunately, I keep telling people one day I'm going to have my own studio and no one touches my shit. Nobody breaks anything. It's all like the drum kits are always set up. The amps are always mic'd.
Yeah.
One of these days when I grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the ideal, right? Just
Yeah. It's just
plug and play.
flip the switch
Yeah.
and go.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
That's
I don't get that luxury here. I mean, one day it's a big band, then it might be like what we just did. Then there might be an orchestra. It's like constantly,
Yeah.
you never know what's next.
Yeah. That's the beauty of having a room this size is that's one drawback to my place is you can definitely not have a big band.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, we did get the most we've ever had in there was 6 or 7 people, and it's tight.
It's tight. Yeah.
It's tight, and you're definitely
And you're using the kitchen.
yeah, you're using the kitchen for sure for both.
Sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, why did you guys decide to get married at the?
Why we decided?
Yeah,
Well, we were coming from, was it Charleston?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like played a gig, and it's like, then we just had to travel back to Atlanta. We had one more night, and then we had to fly to Nam. And it was like, we were, I think that week hanging out here, and we were talking about, I was just like telling Paul, like, dude, man, you can't be paying all that much money in taxes. You need to make this a church. And then Brit was like, and I'm ordained so I can marry people. And then Paul was like, I'm ordained too.
yeah,
And
me too.
Yeah. You could all
me and my son. Shit, I gotta get my license. I feel left out.
Pretty easy. Ask free.
that $19, I think.
$19.
I got a certificate though.
Yeah.
I didn't order the collar. I could have ordered the collar. and the bumper sticker that says clergy.
Oh, dang. Dang.
Special parking.
Oh, I need that. Yeah.
But if you get it, they
can't see it.
Yeah, I know the same thing.
But yeah, and so I guess on our way from Charleston, like, we were already kind of trying to plan something for April this year, like do like a whole like
Yeah.
play at a speakeasy, have the band come and just have a good time. And just like she was like, what if we just got Paul to marry us while we're out at NAMM or something?
Yeah.
So as soon as I landed in LA, like I texted him like, hey man, I have a crazy request. Will you marry us? And he was like, fuck yeah.
Of course he would, man.
And then it was the same thing. He was like, where do you want to do it? Maybe I can ask the Valhalla guys if we can do it at Rancho.
Yeah.
And then it just happened.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, shoot, it was like we couldn't have planned it. It was a dream come true.
Yeah.
Like no stress. Felt right.
Yeah. No guest list.
Yeah.
No caterers.
Nah.
Over and over again. I picked up a vintage suiting vest.
Yeah.
It was just all like little bits and pieces, just perfectly aligned for it to.
And we were having so much fun too. We were just there in Anaheim, and we had our hotel. We were just going out to eat. Oh, let's just check out this Mexican store. Maybe they have some vintage Western shit. And we're just checking out and exploring all these places and going to Venice and getting those edibles too.
Yeah.
Stony bologna.
Oh yeah.
And it was magical, man. I can't thank you enough, dude.
Yeah, man, it was the best.
Oh, yeah.
It was really great. You guys looked so good too.
Yeah. You look like you.
Yeah, no, that's
Perfectly fitted.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like we were like you'd been there 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Man.
It was perfect.
That was like people were reaching out because nobody knew about it.
Yeah.
And like we posted the pictures and people were reaching out and like, of course you guys would get married like this, you fuckers.
But you have a big reception when you got home.
No, we didn't do anything.
Well, we'll have to do that. I have a place we can do it at.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Not good enough for my daughter's quinceañera. It's like, yeah, she's so crazy. 15-year-old. What is she thinking? She could have her quinceañera here, but no.
Where does she want it?
She wants to rent a venue somewhere and who knows where, but it's just like a box with tables in it.
Where you can have music and everything here?
She doesn't. I was putting a great salsa band together, and she's like, "No band," and I'm like, "No band? What are you, crazy?" And she goes, "Only a DJ." I go, "Why wouldn't we can get a band for free, and they'll be great." And she's like, "It'll take too much attention off of me." It's like, are you serious? It was that serious.
It's great too because you could trade them recording while they're playing the party for
Right. Look, I'll tell you what, we'll record this and then I'll give you the tracks at the end of the party.
Yeah.
No band. And she wants to rent a venue. Well, the upside is this. And I got her an offer to be the opening act at a new jazz club in town too.
Yeah.
To use their venue for for her quince. And she's like, "No, it's not. It doesn't look right. Not the right shape." And I'm like, "Not the right shape? Yeah, I want big round tables with 10 people at each one. And they've got smaller tables. And it's not, I was just like, you gotta be kidding me." So,
Oh my gosh.
so I said, "All right. So if you got to do that, if you insist on renting a venue, when I have free ones, not just one, but multiple places, you got to get a job and pay for it yourself." So she got a job. And she's got almost all the money she needs to pay the $4,000 for the venue.
That is incredible.
So at least
She really wants it.
she really, and I keep telling her, I'm like, you could have a car instead. No,
I was going to say the upside though is like, you don't see a whole lot of 15-year-olds that know what they want.
it's right. It's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, if you want to work for it and it's your money and you do whatever you want, it's your money.
Yeah.
And so the dress was donated, and then my sister and some other people donated money for her to, pay for the venue, some of it anyway. But she's still going to end up forking out a few $1,000s of her own money.
Yeah. Well, that's cool, man.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting anyway.
I was too cheap to think about forking out my own money if somebody offered a free place.
I know. I'm the same way. I'm like, "Are you kidding?"
Probably would have spent it on drugs for the party.
Yeah, exactly. That's right. You got to spend it on drugs and alcohol.
I mean, there were good drugs when I was a kid. So
Yeah, I know.
When I was 15.
No fentanyl around.
Yeah.
God, poor kids.
Don't do drugs.
You don't do it. Don't do it. There's fentanyl in it. It'll kill you.
It's not worth it.
Not
in this economy.
Not in this company. No.
No, man.
No, I mean, it's the fentanyl's become such a big deal and such a big problem. We have a therapy group on Sundays called the Beacon Group. Peer support group is really what it is.
Yeah.
People in the music business, and we just sit around and talk shit.
Yeah.
But the fentanyl has become such a epidemic, or whatever you want to call it, that the group that puts that on is training our staff on how to use Narcan, and bringing us cases of Narcan to keep around the studio.
That's actually good.
Yeah, so they're training everybody on CPR and how to administer Narcan.
Man,
Which sucks to think about, but it's a real problem.
no, a few musicians in LA that, younger kids, they definitely died doing
Around here as well.
Oh, big time around here.
One of the things that really surprised me was some young people that are friends of my nieces and nephews in Oregon were doing cocaine. And so that's not the kind of place you expect fentanyl to be.
Yeah.
Because it's such a downer. You would think, maybe they would put it in heroin or something.
Yeah.
But they're putting it in cocaine. And these kids just went home to do a little bit of blow and both died.
Both died.
Yeah.
That's what was happening here during COVID in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because Little Five is pretty notorious. Like that whole area, or artsy Atlanta,
Right.
they like their bumps. They
Yeah.
like to take off the edge with that. And there was a lot of people that just unfortunately just didn't make it.
Died. Yeah.
And
Yeah. We've seen that happen a lot. It's really scary. Really scary. But
don't do drugs. Be a musician and you'll spend it on gear.
That's right.
buy guitars, smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's right. Sick beer and weed. It's safe.
Well, speaking of gear, how did you get to meet the Valhalla guys?
They reached out to me. I'm not really even sure how that happened, but they wanted to host an event out in the desert, and they came out, we'll have to ask Rigger.
Yeah, I wonder. Because they already knew you before they met me.
Yeah, I'm sure they told me, but I can't think of exactly how that worked out. I was kind of wondering that myself because they should have met you first.
I don't even know how I don't know how we met. They just called me one day. Same thing. It's not like it's not like they said, hey, we met somebody who knows you. Yeah. They just kind of looked me up, I guess.
Yeah.
Super cool. Yeah, it was fun when we first met. And they were telling me, we're out at dinner and they're like, do you know about Rancho De La Luna? And I go, yeah, Dave Catching. And they were like, really? I go, yeah, I think he's in a band with my friend Jimmy.
Yeah.
And they were like, really? And then they started texting you and you were like, yeah, I've been trying to meet him for 20 years. Yeah. I'm in a band with his friend Jimmy. I was just like, I told you.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how they, like they reached out and they brought an amp out and I was like, oh, I'm sold.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure. They're so good.
Yeah.
And they look so great. Like, they look great in black, but the wood, they brought the wood ones out and I was just like, this is insane.
Yeah. I can't wait for the cabinets.
Yeah, that's
with the custom speakers that they haven't made. That's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Super cool.
I'm going to see them because the wood I loved, but the black looks so tough. So I think with the new cabinet.
Yeah, and my stuff takes a beating. I don't know how it's even possible. It's just that's not even on the road. My stuff looks like it's been on the road.
Yeah.
Just moving it around the building.
Yeah, you have some stuff here that looks like brand spanking.
Some of it looks pretty nice, but there's things that have been beaten up quite a bit. And oddly enough, which is a very common scenario, the most beat up, ugliest ones are the best sounding.
Of course.
Like the super reverb with the burn on the front. Yeah, that's the one that sounds the best. And
or that
the Rhodes with all the shit falling off of it.
That cabinet right there under the SVT.
Oh,
yeah.
That cabinet sounds great, man.
Yeah, that cabinet is serial number 1. It was custom made for my friend Jeff Glicksman when he did all the Kansas albums. So all the guitars on those Kansas records
are through those.
Okay.
Yeah,
and those things sound great.
Yeah, that's why I got it. I was like, man, a friend of mine had it, and he's like, you should buy this. It was Glicksman's, and I bought it. And he and I we did a Kansas record with the London Symphony together, and I think we did another record together with can't remember who, but I've known Jeff forever. He's in New Orleans now. Teaches at Loyola.
Really?
Yeah, you guys should meet.
Oh yeah,
New Orleans when we do the Cutting Edge. We'll call them up. We usually get together when we're there. But yeah, it's a great cabinet.
I've got a special feeling for Kansas because I was at the Point of No Return tour.
Oh, nice.
And the super hot girl next to me wanted to make out during the show. So I ended up spending the whole show making out with this super hot girl from Arkansas. This little show.
Hell yeah.
I don't remember anything about the show.
While they're serenading Carry On by Wayward Son.
Yeah. We'll never forget Kansas.
Yeah. The same here. Like when I first started playing around here in Georgia, we were playing it's a little dive bar in Lawrenceville, Sportsline.
Yeah.
And the guy that ran sound there he's been Kansas guitar tech for like the last 20 years.
Yeah, they were in Atlanta,
Yeah.
When I was
when
I was a kid, my girlfriend in high school used to babysit for them and for Mother's Finest.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
So we would go over to their houses and hang out when they would have a party or something. They would invite us when they were teenagers.
Kansas was from Atlanta.
I don't know about all of them, but they were.
They live around.
I guess I always thought they were from
Kansas. That's right. Yeah, I know.
I don't know. It's out.
Yeah. And we had a lot of cool bands. Atlanta Rhythm Section.
Oh, hell yeah, man. One of the best.
Of course, 38 Special with Skinner.
Yeah.
And Oakland Brothers.
Was Average White Band in Atlanta?
No, I believe they're from like Scotland, bro.
What?
I think they're fucking Sky. I did a gig with them in New Orleans during a jazz fest. And I'm pretty sure they're Scottish.
That's funny.
I don't know why I think that.
Could be.
Because they probably said garage.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. Now I got to look it up.
Yeah.
I got, fucking search the almighty Google.
Yeah. Now there's a lot. I mean, and then Mastodon is here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Baroness.
Yeah.
From Savannah.
Blackberry Smoke.
Yeah, Blackberry Smoke. He is a shredding guitar player.
Hell yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we've got some good folks around town.
A lot of heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's beautiful here. Amazing
Yeah.
place.
Yeah. But anyways, there's my wife waiting.
You got a good wife, man.
She's a good one. She puts up with a lot of shit. Called the studio. No schedule, not knowing what's going on ever.
Yeah.
I don't know what are you doing tomorrow? I don't know. Going to work. You know, it's hard to have normal, any kind of family shit when you're in this business because we don't have regular schedules. Our schedule's dependent on the gig, right?
Very, very long hours.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep. Long hours and no telling.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
hi, sunshine.
Yep. Well,
Oh yeah,
how are we looking?
3:10.
So probably about time for you to go, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate this. I don't want to go ever.
Want to go home?
Talking Chit, just talking Chit, Chit, what are they doing? You never really know, but I'm into it. Talking Chit.